Hello and welcome to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Old Skies. So there was a pretty bittersweet ending to the last episode. Sweet in that we, at the cost of Hannah, who I think, and at that point it was probably more of a kindness than anything to let her kind of paradox herself out of existence, but we were able to save Yvonne and Imani. And then bitter because no sooner had we saved Imani, then she got chrono shifted straight back out of existence again. So apparently she died in a storage room fire in 2029. So we're back at the bar with JV's bar with Nozzo here, and I suspect we're about to see if we can do something about that situation. But let's find out.
I have a favor to ask.
I had a feeling this would come up. The answer is no.
You don't know what I was going to say.
Imani Quinton. I know the signs, Fia. I've been where you are.
Is it the cost? I have oodles saved up. It's not like I spend it on much anyway.
That's not why. And you know it.
Come on. I saved her once already. Why can't I do it again?
Saving her was an accidental side effect of completing your main objective, which is how I marked it down on the report. Unless there's another reason why she survived that day. Please don't answer. I need the deniability.
Do we have any other jobs taking us to that time period? I could save her then, as another accidental side effect. All I have to do is stop a storage room fire. Should be easy.
You don't know, do you? No, you don't. Or we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Know what?
The storage room where she died. It was located in a building owned by NYU, specifically the NYU School of Chemistry. The fire was caused by a lab explosion on the floor above.
Oh no, not...
I am afraid so. It's the same explosion that Joe Anderson tried to circumvent. I'm sure you remember what happened to him.
All too well. Blast it.
Yeah. You need to let it go.
I'm not sure I can.
You need to try. The brass takes a very hard line on agents going rogue, and I can't lose you too.
You're not gonna lose me, Noz. It was a passing fancy. It'll pass.
Promise?
I can't promise that, but I can promise to focus on the job. Fight the malaise, like always.
Okay, look, I get it. You're presented with all these possibilities. It's only natural to want some of them for yourself.
I'm not doing it for me.
We both know that's not true. You think I didn't want to break time itself to get back what I lost, but we have to be better than that. We need to be better than that.
Control the chaos. I know.
Good. Speaking of chaos, I could use something a little more chaotic than club soda right now.
Music to my blasting ears. Mix, some chaos over here, please.
Coming right up.
A few days later.
Hey, Fia.
You're chipper today.
You're not gonna believe the client we've got lined up.
Who?
Get over here and find out for yourself.
Another day, another job.
Okay, well let's check the, Is she gonna check Hypersonic?
No. See that?
Okay.
It looks like some of these news items have chrono shifted since I last looked.
So the Mordo Rug exhibit, we have seen this one. What's different about this? I think we've seen this exact version before. Maybe it had chrono shifted back because of Imani? But that looks the same as the previous one we've read. Let's look at Hannah and Me by Yvonne Gupta. It was September 11th of 2001 and the world had only one thing on its mind, but not me. I was a young journalist determined to uncover the truth, but everyone told me to drop the story. But Hannah was more than just a story, she was my best friend. She was a dedicated police officer who was going places, someone who wanted to fight for victims above all else. I knew that if our places were reversed, she wouldn't stop until she learned the truth. How could I not do the same? For 60 years I tried, and I am no closer to solving her murder than when I started. So I've finally written this book, not just to revisit this unsolved mystery, but to honour Hannah. This book is my way of giving her the justice she was denied, and asking the questions no one dared to. Maybe, just maybe, we can still find the truth. So, is that book in place of Hannah's retirement story that we got? I'm just looking at these other ones. I think maybe it is. But we got a new one, Otto Knox Collection. 70 years after the mysterious disappearance of acclaimed horror writer Otis Knox, a rare edition of his complete works has been sold at auction for $3.5 million. The sale was conducted by his estate, with Otis's son, Nathan Knox, expressing regret over the necessity of parting with the collection. "It hurts, but I need the money," Nathan stated, leaving fans and collectors intrigued. The enigmatic circumstances surrounding Otis Knox's disappearance continued to cast a shadow over his legacy, adding an eerie allure to the auctioned volumes. Okay, messages. Wow, there's a few here. Nozzo, we picked up some enormous energy drainage from your branch. It's stabilised now, but is everything okay over there? Has anyone heard from Nozzo? Rowan, if anything bad happened to him, the brass would tell us. Bali, correct. He'll touch base if and when he's ready. Just leave him be. Rosha, I have a few days off next week. I'd like to visit some of you. Horace, that would be nice, but I'm booked solid next week. Bali, same. Rowan, if you want to risk a chrono shift while flying on a plane, sure. Rosha, sigh, never mind. Maybe I'll watch the river wall again. Park Gallery chrono shifted again. Rowan, I heard the painting of the Park Gallery is chrono shifted again. Horace, oh well, easy come, easy go. Did anyone ever find out who it was? No, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't. Chrono-locked book. Can anyone recommend a good chrono-locked book? I've been trying to read this Nick Cord biography, but it keeps chrono shifting. Rosha, ever read Otis Knox? His whole collection is chrono-locked. I've owned it for years. No, I haven't. I'll give him a whirl, thanks. Rosha, just finished a job. Bored. Anyone go anywhere fun? Rowan, I thought it was your day off. It was. Decided to take a shift anyway. Not much going on. I get it. Okay, well, why don't we go to the office?
Lights!
I suspect we haven't seen the last of Imani, but we'll see.
No point. No blasting point. Not before a job, I'm not.
Fair enough. But why give us the choice?
ID acknowledged. Welcome, Fia Quinn.
But I thought, what the hell am I paying all this money for?
You were told several times during the review process. This shouldn't be a surprise.
Okay, I get it. It's just, there's no way you can make an exception.
What you're asking for is a nostalgia trip. What you applied for is something entirely different. It requires... Oh, hello, Fia. I was just explaining to our client that because of the specifics involved, he won't be joining you on the jump.
Specifics involved?
Let's start from the top. Nathan, this is Fia Quinn.
Hello.
Nathan Knox. And before you ask, yes, there is a relation. Otis Knox was my father.
Oh, come on, Fia. We've literally just been reading about this.
I'm sorry, who?
Okay, that's different. Otis Knox, the horror writer, wrote over 30 best-selling books and then disappeared without a trace 70 years ago? You don't know anything about that?
Sorry.
I thought you said you knew her stuff.
Alternate timelines. I explained this.
Yeah, but my dad had, what did you call it? A high timeline ranking?
Exactly. Which is why you have to stay behind. We can't risk any changes to his history.
Okay. I get it. It's fine. Not fine, but I just want to know. More than anything else, I just want to know. If you can do that for me, nothing else matters.
What exactly do you want to know?
I want to know what happened to my father that day. Was he killed? Did he hit his head and lose his memory? Or did he just run away and leave us? It's been 70 years. I need to know. If I can't save him, then maybe knowing is good enough.
Your father disappeared?
You seriously never heard about this? It happened on the 4th of July, 1993. According to Mom, he went for a walk during the fireworks and never came back. It was the top story for months. Mystery on the 4th. Celebrated horror author vanishes without a trace. Everyone thought it was some kind of publicity stunt for his next book. I did too. But, well, it wasn't.
Your father has a high timeline ranking.
So I've been told. His books weren't even that good.
Even so, his books were influential, to put it mildly. Tremendously influential. They inspired more adaptations than we can calculate.
None of those are any good either. I'm telling you, that ranking is a mistake.
I've explained this. It's not up to me. His ranking is what it is. So we can't change his history.
I know. Just don't ask me to like it.
I assume there was an investigation.
Major celebrity like that? Of course there was, but they found nothing. Everyone gave up. Even my mother remarried in less than a year.
Less than a
Adam
year?
was a nice enough guy, but...
That's fast.
He wasn't your father.
No.
So, I assume I'm going to have to tread lightly.
Yes, observation only. He was last seen at a book signing on the Coney Island boardwalk around 8 p.m. You should have plenty of time to make your way there. Try to find Knox. Don't interact with him. Keep your distance, see what happens, report back. You know the drill.
All right, I believe I'm up to speed. I'm ready when you are.
Mr. Knox, if you could step into our waiting area, I'll keep you updated.
Okay, thank you. This is... well, thank you. Whatever happens, whatever you find out, thank you.
Chapter 6. Pastroland. Pastroland, okay. Pastroland. What's that a reference to? Why is it all shut down?
Timefall successful, Noz.
Blasted, it's hot. Much better.
All clear over then?
All clear. Wow. Is that the original Thunderbolt?
Yes. Although it hasn't been in operation for 10 years.
Shame.
There should be a magazine scan in your pocket. Do you have it?
Mystery on the 4th. Best-selling horror novelist Otis Knox still missing after months of exhaustive searching. Just looking at any details. So it's the 4th of July 93, 8:09 p.m. Confirmed by the clock behind him. He's signing stuff. Okay. Months after the enigmatic disappearance of famed thriller and horror novelist Otis Knox, the literary world and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions. Knox, known for his chilling narratives, vanished on the night of July 4th, 93, during the Independence Day fireworks on Coney Island, as per reports from his wife. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, no trace of Knox has been found. The case has sparked wild speculation and theories among his readers, with some suggesting life imitating art. Authorities continue to investigate, but as time passes, hope fades, leaving a void in the hearts of those who admired his work. The last confirmed sightings of Knox were by a local shop owner on the Coney Island boardwalk and one of his long-term neighbours. Both individuals, who asked to remain anonymous to protect their privacy, spoke fondly of Knox. He was a friendly man, always polite, always respectful, said the neighbour. It was easy to forget he was such a celebrity. Despite their familiarity with the author, neither witnessed anything unusual that fateful night. While Knox's whereabouts and status may be in question, his legacy is very much not. Over the years, he won numerous prestigious awards for his bone-chilling works, including the Bram Stoker Award for Midnight's Lament in 1981 and the World Fantasy Award for The Vanishing Pier in 1984.
Is this Otis Knox?
The last known photo of him, taken at a nearby book signing. See the timestamp?
I do. 8:09 p.m. That's 30 minutes from now.
Yes. Plenty of time to get there. I'm sending you the address.
Copy that. I'm on my way.
Okay. Boardwalk books. Is there anything to note here? No, there isn't.
Duffy used to take nostalgia tourists here, didn't he?
All the time. Ever since the park was sold to Seagram Corps. It's a pretty popular request.
He always did manage to snag the choice assignments. Perks of seniority.
Were you upset about that? I never realized.
Oh no, I never held it against him. It's just ironic that the first time I get a job here, it's all closed down.
Probably for the best.
I know. Distractions. Speaking of,
Right, standing by.
There it is. Boardwalk Books. Nozzo, how long until that book signing?
Maybe 10 minutes?
The place looks empty. I thought Otis Knox was a popular writer.
He was. Either way, there's a timestamp. Otis should arrive any minute. Find some place to wait. And be unobtrusive.
nobody's answering.
Weird. Okay, what else have we got? People on the beach, probably waiting for the fireworks. Unobtrusive leaning spot.
Nothing's happening, Noz.
Just wait a bit. He's got to show up any minute now.
All right. Nothing yet.
He'll be there.
Are you sure?
Yes, just be patient.
All
Something's
right.
not right here.
Are you sure this is the right place?
According to the historical record and the photograph in your hands, yes. Just wait.
Nozzo, it's past 8 o'clock.
I know.
No book signing event has started.
I know. Okay, maybe there's no book signing, but there's still the timestamp on the photo. Just wait a bit. He's got to show up any minute now. Oh, there he is.
That's not him.
Are you sure? He doesn't look much like his photo.
It's him. Who else could it be?
I think we should confirm.
How?
I don't know, maybe by talking to him?
No. Remember his ranking? You can't engage.
We need to be positive, don't we?
That's literally
What
not
will the
him.
grass say if I
He doesn't
spend
look
the whole
anything like
night
him.
detailing the wrong man? What will the client say?
Go ahead. Just, well, you know, be careful.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Sorry to bother you, but I'm looking for Otis Knox. Do you know where he is?
Otis Knox? Why would I know that? I just sell his books. I don't write them.
Oh, I see. You own this bookshop.
That I do, but we're closed.
You're closed.
Yeah, because it's the 4th of July. I'm sure some of the major chains are open, but not me. Sorry.
Isn't there supposed to be a book signing event today?
Today? On the 4th of July? Of course not.
Really? Because I thought... Never mind. Do you know anything about Otis Knox?
Only through his books. I'm a fan, but who isn't? His books fly off the shelves faster than I can put them on.
You don't know anything else?
What a question. His personal life is none of my business.
Why are you here if the shop is closed?
Because I live here? I got a living area in the back. What's with the personal questions? I just came out to watch the fireworks.
This photo, do you recognize this shop?
It looks like mine. Why?
Could it be another shop, perhaps? One that just looks like yours?
Nope, definitely mine. That clock on the wall belonged to my uncle. Had it for years. When was this taken anyway?
There is some confusion about that.
All right, shouldn't have asked. I just want to watch the fireworks.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone.
Thanks. We'll be open tomorrow if you want anything.
Weird.
Well, blast it.
How is this possible?
I have no idea. Otis Knox's history couldn't have changed. We'd know. High-ranked person like him, alarms would go off in every branch on the planet.
So what should we do? Scrub the mission?
No, we're not licked yet. According to all reports, Otis went missing during the fireworks. Those aren't due to start for another hour or so. We still have time. I got the Knox's home address from Nathan. Maybe he's home? If he is, standard protocols apply.
I know. Keep my distance. Don't engage, etc.
Mysterious. Okay. Well, let's head to his house then.
All the windows are dark. I don't think anyone's home.
Knock on the door. If anyone answers, just say you've got the wrong house.
That would be his neighbour, who was also interviewed in the thing, I guess.
Nobody's home, Noz.
Blast it. None of this makes any sense. How could the archive be completely wrong? That photograph is part of the historical record. We're both holding copies of it right now. It's showing no signs of chrono shifting, at least not on my end.
Same here. It's solid as a rock.
There's something we're missing. Let me think. Stand by.
Curtains are drawn. If there's anyone inside, it's impossible to tell. Okay, well, let's talk to the neighbour, who's, as I said, probably the one who was interviewed in the magazine article.
Hi. Excuse me.
Yes? You need help?
Maybe.
Okay. I'm Evelyn.
That's a lovely garden.
Maybe not yet, but I'm working on it.
Are those lupines?
Common mistake. Delphiniums. Not easy to grow near the water, but I have my ways.
You have ways, do you?
Ways I'm not sharing. I can tell you, but I'll have to kill you.
Well, is that all?
Huh?
Sorry. Never mind. Does Otis Knox live here?
You obviously know that already, or you wouldn't be here. Just to warn you, he keeps his address unlisted for a reason.
Oh, it's not like that.
Hey, you're on his property, not mine. If he can't keep his fans in check, then that's on him.
I'm not a fan.
That's what they all say.
I'm here on behalf of Nathan.
Nathan? Isn't he abroad for the summer? Spain or something?
Yes. He sent me to check on his father.
Skirting the edge of truth there, Fia. Well done. Shh.
Good kid.
So, is Mr. Knox all right?
As far as I know, Otis and Marla are doing fine. I assume they're out finding a spot to watch the fireworks.
You're not watching the fireworks yourself?
No, not really my thing. I'm happy here, and these flowers won't unpot themselves.
Do you know where that spot might be?
I assume out on the boardwalk, or maybe the beach.
That's over 3 miles long.
Yeah, I know. Not much help, huh? Sorry. I'm sure they're fine. Come back tomorrow if you really want to be sure.
That's... sure. Tomorrow. You wouldn't happen to have a spare key to their house, would you?
Why do you ask?
As I said, Nathan asked me to check in.
You don't have a key of your own?
Unfortunately not.
Well, I wish I could help, but I don't have a key either. Sorry.
I'll leave you alone now.
See you around.
Well, let's search for some names here. So what about, wait, who's Evelyn? Oh, she's the neighbour. Is she anyone? Evelyn Knox? Bigamous relationship, perhaps? Okay, let's look at his basic info. Okay, stuff redacted. Known cluster mates. Marla Knox. That might have added Marla's name to our search. Nathan. Okay. We know his awards. Extremely high rating. Obituary. Months after the enigmatic disappearance of famed thriller and horror novelist Otis Knox, the literary world and fans are left grappling with unanswered questions. Knox, known for his chilling narratives, vanished on the night of July 4th, 93, during the Independence Day fireworks, as per reports from his wife. So we only have her word for it. Despite extensive searches and public appeals, no trace of Knox has been found. The case has sparked wild speculation and theories among his readers, with some suggesting life imitating art. Authorities continue to investigate, but as time passes, hope fades. Okay, we read that in the magazine article. We've got his bibliography. I'm not sure how much we can really glean from that, though. Yeah, Marla's still not there.
I'm not here to climb. Besides, it wouldn't support my weight.
Probably not
Also,
so.
Yeah, Fia.
have you read any of Otis Knox's books?
Yes, all of them.
So you're a fan?
Not especially, but thanks to Otis's high ranking, his books are guaranteed not to chrono shift while I'm reading them.
That's as good a reason as any. I admit, Noz, I'm at a bit of a loss.
History doesn't lie. It can only be misread. That article I sent you proves Otis Knox was at the bookshop.
Are you absolutely sure about that?
If you see anything in the article that says otherwise, let me know.
The F train runs through here, doesn't it? Even in this when?
Why do you ask?
No reason.
The F train goes to the NYU area, doesn't it?
Does it?
You want to go to the Quinton family storage unit, don't you?
I never said that. You did.
The fire doesn't happen for 30 years. What would you even do when you got there?
I was just wondering. I'm not gonna do it, Noz. Don't worry. I'm focusing on the job, like always.
Good. Then I'll say nothing more about it.
That's all for now, Noz.
I'll leave you to it.
Let's have another look at the magazine article.
Shall we take another look at this scan?
It's not shifting, but sure.
So, 7493. Photo provided by OtisKnoxFansite.com.
OtisKnoxFanclub.com. This is where the photo came from.
Yes. It was one of the first fan sites of the early internet. Whoever owned the site must have taken the photo.
So they took a photo of a book signing event that never happened.
Right. This doesn't smell right.
Can you look up who owned the site?
One way to find out. Checking the domain history. Registered in February of 1993. Elapsed in 1996. Owned by...
Marla Knox?
Cole.
Oh, that's the stepfather.
Does that name mean something to you?
Oh, yes. A year after Otis Knox went missing, his wife took another clustermate. Husband. The man's name was Adam Cole.
That can hardly be a coincidence, can it?
No, it most definitely cannot.
I'm getting a sense of foul play at work here. So he died in 2031, aged 80. He was a construction engineer in this time period. Marla Cole, Nathan Knox's stepchild, lived in Brooklyn, died of pancreatic cancer, time impact rating low. Okay, so we've added his address. I suggest we pay him a visit.
I don't think anyone lives here, Nozzo. Did the archive get it wrong again?
This is weird.
The archive is never wrong. It's just data. You just have to know how to read it. That address is registered in his name. It doesn't necessarily mean he lives there.
I suppose that makes sense.
See? The archive is fine. Something weird is definitely going on, but the archive is fine. It's fine.
Okay, it's fine. Didn't mean to touch a nerve.
Okay. That's about all we've got to look at here, so let's go and try the door.
Locked.
But of course. Sorry if you hear my dog in the background. It's the time of day when there's lots of dogs walking on the green outside our house, and they bark, which makes him bark. A Mac Performer 250, you believe. Top of the line from this when. Okay. Book signing original. I mean, I'm no expert, but I would say this is more like Christmas time.
Are you seeing this, Noz? This photo's been digitally manipulated. This is the original, taken during the winter holiday, and this one has been altered to look like it was taken today.
I see it. That's a relief.
A relief?
That the archive wasn't compromised. It was just this Adam Cole guy playing a trick.
But why? Why bother?
I have no idea. We still have time until the fireworks. Keep looking around.
Ooh. Hello. Question 1. What does PFE stand? He should not know this. It's going to be 1, right? What was discovered in 2041? Quantonic particle. What is the criteria for landing point? Must be free of observers. Okay, might be 1 and 2, so 4. What was formed in 2052? That's got to be chronozen. What's going on? What began in 2047? Gonna be irresponsible use? Okay, let's try again. Paradox field excluder. 2041. It's got to be quantonic particle. Maybe this is different. I'm going to go just free of observers. 2052. I think it's got to be chronozen. What began? Could be government intervention then? Let me look at the field guide again. Because the answers are in there. The quantonic particle 2041, time stream revelation 2043, 2047, government intervention. So that is then. Formation of so 2051 was rise. Okay, I forget what it asked, but 2052 is chronozen. What does it say about the landing zone? Must be outdoors, open to the sky, and devoid of observers. So I did get that one right. Okay, let's try these again. Wait a minute, what did she just say? Oh, I'll have to look in a minute. I'm sure it's paradox field excluder. 2041 is quantonic particle. Landing point is free of the sky, so it is 4. 2052 is chronozen. What began in 2047 is government intervention. Welcome, Adam Cole.
What the? How? Nozzo, did you see that?
What is it?
The answers on this quiz. It's based on history. Our history. Things that nobody of this Wen should ever know about.
That's impossible.
I know, but it happened. Could this Adam Cole be a time traveler?
Absolutely not. We'd know. At least,
I have a theory.
I assume we'd know. I have no idea. It's above our pay grade either way. Just focus on the job for now. I'll file a report for the brass once we're done.
Okay, so I have a theory about Adam. I think it's Duffy. What if... Because we know he was always coming back to Coney Island, so he was in this area. What if he sent... He was in the 1970s, though, which doesn't add up. What if he somehow sent Otis back, not in a time suit? So Otis got fried to a crisp, and then Duffy, kind of assumed into his family. I don't know. It's the only thing I can kind of think. But let's go open sesame. Okay, what is that open sesame thing? Oh, I think it might be a safe. A simple motion-sensitive scanner. A note above it reads, "Present light." Let's look in the trash bin.
There was a photograph in the trash.
Let's have a look at it. Well, that's Otis, Marla, and, well, we assume Marla, with an infinity necklace. And Nathan one assumes. Why is Marla's face crossed out? That's weird.
That's definitely Otis Knox.
And that boy looks like a young Nathan.
And the one scratched over. Nozzo, is that Marla?
We can't assume anything, but most likely.
Right. I admit, my knowledge of grunge-era courtship rituals is a bit rusty, but scratching out the face of a person in a photograph, typically that means you hate that person, correct?
That's the tradition, yeah.
And this Adam Cole person, he later clusters with Marla Knox, also correct?
Again, yeah.
So why did he scratch out her face?
I have no idea. But I prefer not to speculate until we know more.
Understood. I'll keep digging.
Thanks, Fia. I'll be here.
There's keys or something here. Let's grab that before we do anything with this safe thing. Just an unlabeled key from his house with the photo. Okay, so let's it says present light. We have a torch on this thing.
Scanning that did nothing. Scanning my hand did nothing.
Simple motions. Present light. Present light.
Scanning that did nothing. Perhaps there's...
I'll just take those.
Scanning that did nothing.
Present light. Okay, they're missing something here, but maybe we just come back here when we've got something else. Let's have a little hotspot check. Okay, that could be the key to the Knox's house potentially. So we could try that. Boardwalk books potentially. Let's try the Knox house first because she did sort of specifically mention spare keys there.
Oh, so you found the key after all?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Well, don't let me keep you.
Okay, what do we got? Landline telephone. Okay, well we don't have any numbers yet. First aid kit. What have we got in there?
That is one well-stocked first aid kit. Syringes, gauze, slings, all sorts of medicines. Is this normal, Nozzo?
For most people, no. But Marla Knox worked as a nurse for most of her life. Old habits die hard.
The bin appears to be empty.
Scrapbook.
This scrapbook looks recently leafed through. It's open on this page. Shame about all the water damage. I wonder why they kept it.
Could be hotel. Something. Receipt for rent. It's a month ending in R. Could be any number of them really. Number of days 1. Two identical photos.
There are 2 identical photographs here, so I doubt they'll miss the one. I've already taken...
I assume that's Marla.
That's the owner of Boardwalk Books. Or a younger version of him, at least. And
With
the woman
Marla.
with him. Is that Marla Knox?
It matches the archive photos, so I'm going to assume yes.
Halloween. Well, that photo possibly could be used on the scanner. Why don't we go and try that? I don't really get the present light thing, but present light, but aha!
Huh. So the key to this scanner lock was Marla.
That explains why her face was scratched out in that photo you found. Probably to prevent anyone else from using it.
This is very weird. I have no idea what's going on
Nor
here,
so?
but I have, like
What
I
are
said,
you
I
doing?
suspect Duffy.
What? What's going on?
Never mind. It's gone now.
What happened?
I felt the time stream. It was faint, but it was there. Did you open a portal?
No. And even if I wanted to, you know you have to be outdoors for it to work.
Right. Of course. I've just been working too hard. Must be.
I'll keep monitoring for you.
A bunch of random parts haphazardly welded together. You have no idea what this is for. Okay, what's this?
Looks to be a crudely drawn map of the Coney Island boardwalk. There's a spot marked with an X. Should be easy to find.
Okay, what else? Well, we better have a look at this thing.
No way. No blasting way. You seeing this?
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
A quansonic wave generator.
I thought the quansonic particle wasn't discovered until the 2040s.
It wasn't.
So Adam Cole is experimenting with time travel 60 years early.
Impossible. If he was, we'd know. But this whole mission is full of impossible things.
What do we know about this Adam Cole person?
You read the same archive entry as me, Fia. We barely know anything. I'm going to go have a chat with Nathan Knox. Stand by, Fia. And don't touch that generator. Mr. Knox?
Yeah? Is she finished already?
Not quite. I wanted to ask you about Adam Cole.
My stepfather. Why?
We just want to fill in some gaps.
But he has nothing to do with what happened, does he? He didn't even meet my mother until a year after. Honestly, I barely knew the guy, so I bring him into this.
Well, it's hard to know how to put this, but... he was, experimenting with time travel.
What?
It's true. His name came up while Fia was investigating. She looked into him. He knew things he shouldn't have known. Knowledge of the future. He had photos of your family, a key to your house, but we know next to nothing about him. So, anything you can tell us will be useful.
This is...
I know. It's a lot.
No. This is ridiculous. I asked you to find out what happened to my father, not butt into my mother's private life. How dare you?
Look, Mr. Knox. This is much bigger than we assumed.
I don't care. My mother was happy. After everything that happened, she deserved to be happy. And you want to ruin that over my dead body? You'll be hearing from my lawyer. Goodbye.
You heard all that?
I did, yeah. So what now? Do we abort?
No. The protocol is clear. We can't let this lie. Anomalies like this must be investigated.
But if he sues us...
The brass knows what we're doing. They gave us the green light. Just keep treading lightly. You know the drill. I'll keep digging on my end. We are going to figure this out.
All right, well, we should probably head to that beach spot, huh? Okay, quickly check the time of the video. I think we've got a few more minutes, I think, to poke around. So what do we want to do? We want to go to the beach. Let's do that. So we're going to this spot.
That's them, isn't it? Otis and Marla Knox.
Yeah, that's them.
So what should I do? Hang back? Keep an eye on them until the fireworks?
Someone is experimenting with time travel 50 years too early. Getting to the bottom of that is our priority now.
So you're saying I can approach them?
Yeah, just, well, you know, be careful.
Aren't I always?
You've always been a terrible liar.
I know.
All right, well, there's them. And that's about it, really. They're just sitting there getting ready to watch the fireworks. Let's talk to them.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Sorry to bother you, but are you Mr. and Mrs. Knox?
That's a good question. What would you say, my love? Are we Mr. and Mrs. Knox?
Not tonight, we're not. We're just two people enjoying the fireworks, which should have started by now. Come on, I'm not getting any younger.
Nathan sent me.
He did?
Yes, he is worried. Asked me to check up on you.
Well, you can tell him we're fine. Nothing to worry about.
Odd that he didn't reach out himself. He writes to us every week. You're not telling the entire truth, are you?
Pardon?
I can tell. Always been good at that. But it doesn't matter. We just want to enjoy our 4th of July in peace. So if you don't mind.
Do you know Boardwalk Books? A shop about a mile down the strip.
Sure. Who doesn't?
Why do you ask?
Were you scheduled to have a book signing there? At Boardwalk Books?
Yeah, around December last year, I think.
No, I mean tonight.
Tonight? Why the hell would I do a book signing tonight? Tonight is all about Marla and me. I'm sure you get the hint.
Marla, you're friendly with the shop owner, aren't you?
Jesus, what are you implying?
Oh, nothing like that. I just mean...
He's my brother, if you must
Ah.
know.
Marla.
Sorry, Otis, but that kind of gossip we don't need. Just leave Liam alone, please. He likes his life simple, and we try to keep it that way.
And speaking of keeping away,
Right.
can't say I am.
Oh, I
Marls?
guess I clicked
Not
through the
me.
dialogue by accident.
Sorry. Why?
This Adam Cole, whoever he is, seems to have an unhealthy obsession with you.
An obsessive fan? Oh no, never had one of those before.
Not of you, of your cluster mate.
Marla's got a fan?
Huh. Well, it's about time. Why should you have all the fun?
Yeah, enjoy that fun. It gets old fast.
Look, this is serious. Adam Cole seems to be stalking you.
I hate to say it, but the only one bothering us tonight is you.
We just want to enjoy our evening alone. We don't have many of those. I'm sure you understand.
I'll leave you alone now.
Thank you.
Perhaps there's a timeline.
Offer the money. I don't know. Should we talk to
Nozzo.
Nozzo?
Yeah, Fia. No doubt. But they aren't going to
Keep
talk.
accidentally
but
clicking through
maybe
dialogue.
someone close to them will.
Hang on, let me just repeat that.
Otis and Marla are definitely hiding something.
No doubt. But they aren't going to talk. But maybe someone close to them will.
That's all for now, Noz.
I'll leave you to it.
Alright, well, let's go talk to the bookstore owner, i.e. her brother, then. See what he's got to say about things.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
You're Liam, correct? Marla Knox's brother.
Yeah, that's me. Is she okay?
Oh yes, she's fine. I'm just checking in on the family, on behalf of Nathan.
Oh, well, any friend of Nathan's is a friend of mine. Love that kid like a son.
So you're close with Otis Knox and his family? Because earlier you said that you didn't know him.
What was I supposed to say? I hate lying, but they like their privacy. So do I. The last thing I need are his fans swarming this place.
Wouldn't fans swarming this place be a good thing?
You'd think that, but no. I like things simple.
Simple. On the Coney Island boardwalk.
Selling books is simple. Dealing with Otis's fans bugging me for his address is not. So please don't blab.
Lips are sealed. I'm curious. If you're so close to Marla and Otis, why are you here alone?
Alone?
They're watching the fireworks about halfway down the boardwalk. Why are you here instead of with your sister?
Oh, they wanted to be by themselves tonight. I'm okay with that. Otis has more than proven himself. I trust him now.
What?
Otis proved himself. Why did he have to do that?
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Let's just say he didn't make the best first impression, but he's good now.
Because he's famous?
No. Not exactly. Never mind. Forget it.
What's going on?
Otis is good now, implying he wasn't good before.
I said never mind, okay? I let it go ages back. So should you.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone.
Thanks. We'll be open tomorrow if you want anything.
There is something very weird going on here. Let's have a look at Liam in the database. But his name's not going to be Knox, though, is it? So Liam Cole? Try Liam Knox. Okay.
I don't need to mess with that anymore.
You sure?
I don't need...
Right, fine. Okay. Whatever. We could go back to the Knoxes. Kind of try and get to the bottom of this proving them himself, whatever that means.
Sorry to bother you again, but
What?
I'll leave you alone.
Thank you.
Huh. Okay, let's try Nozzo.
Nozzo,
Yeah, Fia.
Otis and Marla,
No doubt. But me,
that's all for...
I'll leave.
We go talk to the neighbour again. She might know something more.
Hello again.
Yes?
Is this a photo of Otis Knox and his family?
That's them, sure enough. But why did you scribble out Marla like that?
Oh, it wasn't me. But you're sure that's Marla?
I'd recognize that necklace anywhere. But who did that to her picture? They ought to be ashamed.
I have no idea.
Can't imagine why anyone would do such a thing to her. She's the light of the neighborhood.
Did you say Marla was the light of the neighborhood?
That's what Otis calls her anyway. Guess it caught on. But
Present
I can't
light.
deny it's true. Always smiling, waving, helping everyone who needs helping. You'd think she'd be more private being married to someone so famous. I'm more private than she is.
Did you know the Knox family before Otis became famous?
They moved in just after me, so yeah.
What was Otis like?
Why? What have you heard?
Just curious. I imagine becoming a celebrity changes people.
For the worse, usually, but not Otis. Fame suits him. The year he released his first book, it all stopped.
What did?
You said it all stopped when Otis wrote his first book. What stopped?
The drinking, the ear-splitting fights. God, those two could go at it. Almost called the police once, but figured it was none of my business. I know better now. It all worked out, thank heaven, but if things went the other way... Well, like I said, it all worked out.
The drinking?
That man could put it away. The bottles I'd see stacked up on trash day? Well, no point in thinking about the bad old days. Like I said, it all worked out.
There were fights.
If you lived here back then, you wouldn't be asking that question. The screaming from those two. She ran away once, told me she was gonna stay with her brother, begged me not to tell her husband. But she was back home the next day like nothing happened. I almost called the police, but figured it wasn't my business. It all worked out in the end. But if it didn't, well, no point in thinking about that.
What do you mean, it all worked out?
Well, like I said, it all stopped. The fights, the drinking, everything. Otis sold his first book, and within the year, he was completely transformed.
You really think one has to do with the other?
I don't know what else it could be.
I'll leave you alone now.
See you around.
Okay, let's try... We can try talking to the brother again first, and then we'll go back to the Knoxes.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
So, I heard some stories about Otis, about how different he was back in the day.
Different. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. He drank like a fish. Said it was part of his process. I'm just glad he fixed things before it was too late.
Marla tried to run away, didn't she?
No try about it. It was all arranged. She just learned she was pregnant. She told me everything. asked me to help her get away. So I booked her a room at the Hotel Commonwealth.
Yep.
Got her a train ticket for the next morning to our cousin's place in Georgia. But then it all got better. They came around the next day, hand in hand, like nothing happened.
Did you get that, Nozzo? The Commonwealth Hotel.
I got it. The address is close to your position, but it was torn down by your win.
Give me the address anyway. You never know.
She didn't leave him after all. Why the change of heart?
Beats the hell out of me. I thought she was out of her mind. She swore up and down that he was a changed man. I might have laughed in her face, but the kicker? She was right. He hasn't touched a drop since. And you've met them, right? Tell me you've never seen two people more in love. Something must have put the fear of God into him. Made him realize all he stood to lose. Lots of time has passed since then. Took a while for him to earn my trust. But earn it he did. I'm proud to call him my brother-in-law.
You said a long time has passed since Otis had his epiphany. Do you know how much time?
20-some-odd years ago? Time flies.
20 years exactly?
Something like that. Maybe more, maybe less. I know I had just bought this place. Was working around the clock fixing it up. My only bed was an old sofa. That's why I got Marla the room at the Commonwealth. Probably for the best. If Otis came looking for her here, I might have punched his face in.
Sorry, I'll leave you alone.
Thanks. We'll be open tomorrow if you want anything.
Okay.
Sounds like Otis Knox had a real change of heart when Marla left him. A real epiphany moment.
Could be. There's nothing about it in the archive. Nothing much about his personal life at all. Come to think
Something
of it.
is so weird
I
about this.
wonder.
You wonder what, exactly?
Otis Knox's timeline ranking is the highest there is. If anyone changed it, we'd know. But his family, they were fair game. If there was minimal archived information about his family to start with, then someone could change things without tripping any alarms. It would have to be subtle, but it could be done.
It sounds like you changed into a different person overnight. Could that be relevant?
We all go through things that change us. That's nothing special. But with everything we found in that secret basement, I don't know. I can't rule anything out.
Any word from Nathan Knox?
Just a boilerplate letter from his lawyer. I've passed it along to the brass.
I'd like to see this so-called change of heart for myself. Can we do that?
Sure, if we can pinpoint what that day actually was. Any idea what that could be?
I think I may know when Otis's change of heart might have been.
You do? Okay, tell me.
Huh. Okay, I don't know it to that precision. They opened it on Halloween, so I think it was October. Maybe 31st? I can't try to remember what the receipt said. October
The 1st.
And he said exactly 20 years ago, but his book sold in 77, and that's when his change of heart happened. But let's go with 73.
1973.
I'm not sure that's right.
Yeah.
This is a high-ranking person we're dealing with. We don't want to do this more than once. Are you absolutely sure?
Now that you put it that way,
No.
I'm not sure at all. Let me think about it some more.
I'll do the same.
That's all for now, Noz.
I'll leave you to it.
Okay, so we can go to the Commonwealth Hotel. I kind of want to go back to the Knoxes first and have another look at that scrapbook. So I guessed it was a hotel. Commonwealth makes sense. Oh, 14th. Okay. So there's got to be October, because we saw the Halloween stuff in that photo. That can kind of imply that that was maybe when it was opening. If we look again at this.
Looks like he opened his shop just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, so that tracks. It even says grand opening. Brilliant. Okay, so we need a year. 77. Okay, well let's have a look at Otis's bibliography again. I thought it was 77 that he sold his book, but I might be misremembering that. Yeah, Echoes in the Dark, 77. So he said about 20 years, so he wasn't exact on that. But I think we should go to the hotel anyway, before we try and do that.
So much for that. There's just a vacant lot at that address.
Okay, well, tell you what, let's try this again then. So where's how do I talk to Nozzo again?
No point.
Oh, okay. Well, I just have to pick somewhere, don't I, and talk to him.
Nozzo,
Yeah, Fia.
I think I may know when Otis...
You do?
So if we say
October.
October, oh God, was it? It was the 4th. God, was it the 14th or the 17th?
The
I think
14th.
It was the 14th. 77.
1977.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you may be right.
Let's hope so.
Okay, checking to see if we can tunnel from your current landing point. That will save us some time. And accepted. Head over. It should be ready to go by the time you get there.
That's all for now, Noz.
I'll leave you to it.
Whee! This thing still wasn't
Townfall
open.
successful. Going local again now. Same outfit as before?
I didn't have time to program in the specs for anything new, but most 1990s fashions were inspired by the 1970s. You'll fit right in.
You've got nothing else on file?
Nothing aside from the white polyester disco suit that I once generated for Duffy.
Tempting, but no, definitely not. But if I need to infiltrate a dance hall, I'll let you know.
I'll keep it prepped. Standing by.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably a good place to leave it for now. So we're going to head into the 70s, and we'll find out what exactly happened around the time that Otis Knox changed his ways and patched up his marriage, and hopefully find out what on earth is going on here. Let me know in the comments if you have any theories. I'd be interested to hear them. But otherwise, if you enjoyed this video, as I hope you did, if you could hit that like button, that'd be fantastic. And if you're watching this and still not subscribed to the channel, if you could do that as well, that'd be amazing. So thanks very much, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.